Hello everybody, welcome back. Another video, another day. Google Pixel 4a is on the cards. I don't know how many of you are excited, but we kept on expecting Google 4a and we got iPhone SE instead. So that's life. Google kept on pushing the or postponing the release date, and here we are. And we have a release date which could be August 3. I'm going to give you the highlights first, and then you can leave the video if you want, as always, because generally the runtime on these videos is 29 seconds. So a great encouragement for me, from 0 to 29 seconds. That's something. It lasts a little longer. Why did I go there? Okay, so let me take you through the highlights, and before that, click on the like button before you leave if you're leaving early. And if you leave late, you watch the whole video, subscribe to the channel, click the like button and share with others, even if it is not useful, just for the video. Alright, so here are the highlights. Google Pixel 4a could finally launch on August 3 as per new leak. August 3. Google Pixel 4a and 4a XL, so two models, have been delayed for quite a long time. 4a series is said to be powered by a Qualcomm Snapdragon 730 SoC. 730. So less than OnePlus Nord. That's not good. Alright, so now I continue for people who would like to listen more. Google Pixel 4a launch date has become one of the top mysteries in the tech world. Of course, because it has been pushed how many? 2 times or 3 times? Ever since they started pushing the the Google I/O event. It is imminent, but no one officially knows when the affordable version of Pixel 4 will see the light of the day. So this is why the excitement is, because you have the $1,000 Pixel and then you have the Pixel A series, which is affordable, around $400. Now, in an attempt to put an end to speculations, a tipster claims to know the final launch date of the Pixel 4a. John Prosser has said Google Pixel 4a and 4a XL will launch on August 3. He predicted the launch to take place on July 13th. Right? So the earlier date was July 13th, but it got postponed, said Prosser. Google Pixel 4a could finally be a reality on August 3. So it's quite close. We are already on 30th July. Prosser took to Twitter to divulge the information on when 4a and 4a XL can be expected. Basis the 4a embargo letters. So embargo letters have come, which basically mean that until and unless that release date or release time is reached, you cannot divulge any information and review units Google has sent to the local media. Prosser is dead sure the launch date is August 3. Since he is dead sure, we will hold him accountable. If it doesn't happen, just do not do anything else or anything to. However, Google has not said anything on the matter so far. It did, however, briefly list Pixel 4a on its online store in Canada. So Canada gets the first hint without any concrete details, which led to people believing the launch is finally nigh. Yeah. So Canada gets the first look. If August 3 launch of the Pixel 4a materializes, it will be the third postponed date. Previously, Google was expected to launch the Pixel 4a series at the Android 11 launch event on June 3. So see, June 3 to July 13 to August 3. At least they are consistent with the number 3. It did not happen due to coronavirus pandemic and Black Lives Matter movement. Later, Prosser said the Pixel 4a will debut on July 13, but that did not happen too. Meanwhile, Google's rival Apple outed its long-awaited SE 2020 as the affordable iPhone model for this year and maybe beyond. Whoa. Look at the tweet finally. Finally, happy to give a final update on Pixel 4a. Last date I gave you is the launch day. Pixel 4a August 13, 100% sure. Only question is, do you care anymore? Or have they pushed this off too much? Is that true? Do you really care about it? I think we still do. Because Apple has its affordable version, OnePlus has its affordable version, Samsung has its affordable version. Google, we are waiting for Google. We're waiting for Google, and we want to see how Google sees it. Because it's just a point of view. We want to see how they see the hardware, how they see the interaction. Because every other version of Android has some sort of modification. Even though a lot of people are claiming that OnePlus Oxygen OS might be better. but I'm not really 100% sure. How much does the Pixel 4a cost? Let's come to the cost. Pixel 3a was launched at $399 for the base model, but given the competition is rather stiff in the mid-range segment, especially after the arrival of Apple with the iPhone SE, Google might price the Pixel 4a slightly lower to make it more appealing. Speculation is rife that Pixel 4a will cost $349 for the 128GB variant. This is beautiful. 64GB needs to go out for sure, and $399 comes down to $349. That's amazing. That would make it $50 cheaper than the base variant of SE 2020. Now that means if there is a 64 version, it might be $299, roughly $22,500, and the 128GB that we talked about, which would be $349, so roughly around $26,000. That's good. That's a good price, I think. I think if they make it 25,000 somehow, it would be fantastic. I think spectacular. But let's look at the specs. Pixel 4a will be a mid-range smartphone, no doubt, similar to its predecessor. Based on leaked specifications, 4a will feature a 5.18-inch display, Qualcomm 730G processor. I don't like it. OnePlus Nord has already a better one. 6GB RAM, this is good. Single 12.2 megapixel rear camera. Google is a magician with software. I don't know what it does, but 8 megapixel front facing camera and a 3080 mAh battery. There have been a lot of reports of bad battery backup and the phone dying too early. So let's keep our fingers crossed and hope. If we ask to believe the leaked specs of Pixel 4a, then the phone is already lacking in the hardware department. Oh no, this is not good. Snapdragon 730G can't compete with Apple iPhone SE's A13 Bionic or OnePlus Nord's Snapdragon 765G. Oh yeah, that's true. For some reason I want Pixel to succeed. Like, you remember those Nexus phones? They were beautiful. Expect the Pixel 4a to run Android 10 when it launches next month. However, Pixel 4a will be one of the first Android devices to get Android 11. This could be the saving grace. Android 11, I mean, everybody wants to see what's going to happen in Android 11. Actually, the fact is that the iPhone software and iOS and Google software, Android, they used to be so far, but somehow they seem to be coming closer in terms of features and how they are. iPhone is still not very modifiable, customizable, and you still have Android, which is very customizable, but for some reason they seem to be coming together in terms of the feature. But let's see. That's the reason we want to see the Google Pixel phone, because we want to know how Google sees it. What does Pixel 4a look like? Pixel 4a is said to look a lot like Pixel 4, Google's flagship smartphone. 91 Mobiles has published a series of renders based that Pixel 4a appears to have a hole punch display, so no pop-up, nothing, a fingerprint reader on the back, so there is a fingerprint reader, that's good. 3.5 mm jack, 3.5 mm jack. If you are looking for a compact Android smartphone which runs pure Android, Google Pixel 4a might fit in your pocket. Or will Google Pixel 4 will be a better bet with better specs, because the prices would have come down, but not by much. So this looks like an interesting thing, and I hope they stick to August 3 launch and they launch the phones and they price it appropriately and competitively so that people are excited to buy it. I mean, it would be so much better for everybody if there is so much competition, and Google, I hope, gets the hardware right and solves the battery issue at least, because I think it has a pretty good camera, but the battery seems to be, yeah, I mean, sometimes it's very good, sometimes it's not that good, and you just wonder, I mean, what's happening over there. I hope they solve the hardware issue, because that phone is going to be a killer one. I think they should rename it as Nexus. That I love that phone. I love that phone. But I think Pixel 4a will do. Let's keep our fingers crossed. Hope for a great phone and wait for August 3. It's just around the corner. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you liked the video, click on the like button. Share the video. Subscribe to the channel without fail. And as always, I'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye. Bye.